You know, people love to make investing sounds complicated. Like if you're not glued to a Bloomberg terminal 10 hours a day, or you're not reading some 500-page macroeconomic report, then you have no chance of finding that one stock that goes up 10 times. A tenbagger, as people like to call it. But what if I told you that's all nonsense? What if I told you investing is actually simple? Not easy, because it takes patience, but simple. I want to share the secret to finding tenbagger stocks in today's video without insider info. Let's dive in. There's this story. A mom noticed that one brand of diapers kept selling out at every store. Every baby shower, same brand, same wipes, and she checked who made them. So the company was public and she bought the stock. A few years later, that stock had made her more money than most people chasing the next big thing on TikTok. No fancy analysis, no insider news, no stock tips from YouTubers, just common sense. And that's what this video is about. It's about you. Yes, you can invest smartly by starting with what you already know. Because the truth is, investing isn't magic. It's not reserved for the rich or the super smart. It's just something most of us were never taught properly. So let's change that. Let's talk about how to invest the smart, simple way without getting lost in the noise. Let's be honest, most people lose money in the stock market. Not because they're dumb, not because they're unlucky, but because they treat investing like a casino with better lighting. They buy when something goes up, they sell when it goes down. Then repeat the same thing, expecting different results. And we've all seen it. That friend who bought a stock because his cousin's friend works at the company. Or worse, because it was trending on social media. No plan, no research, just vibes. They'll say things like, bro, this stock cannot lose one. I saw someone on YouTube say this is the next Tesla. My uncle made 50% in 1 week. Confirm this one can fly. Spoiler alert, it usually doesn't fly. It crashes and they become panicked. Here's what they forget. The market rewards people who stay the course, not those who react to every little bump. Because investing isn't about being right today, it's about being smart over time. Let me put it this way. You don't expect your house to double in value in 1 month, right? So why expect that from a stock? But the biggest reason people lose money is that they don't even know what they're investing in. They buy names, not businesses. And if you don't understand what you own, you'll panic the moment it doesn't behave the way you expect. And panic, that's expensive. That's what I want to help you to avoid. This video isn't here to give you stock tips. It's here to give you something way more valuable, a mindset shift. Because once you stop treating the market like a lottery, you will start seeing how wealth is actually built. Let's fix that mindset. Let's start with something so simple, it might surprise you. Investing in what you already know. Look around you. Like literally, look at the things you buy, the brands you trust, the stores you keep going back to. Because chances are, those companies are listed on the stock market. You are already spending money on them. You understand how they make money. Because you're part of how they make money. You see, investing doesn't have to begin with memorizing financial ratios or predicting interest rates. It can start with something as simple as noticing what products keep showing up in your daily life. I'll give you an example. There's this story I love, a true story. I have a friend who works in the beauty retail industry. And for years, she kept telling me how a certain competitor's skincare brand was flying off the shelves. No matter the price, people kept buying them. Products sold out before stocks even arrived. So one day, she decided to check out the parent company of that particular brand. Turns out, it was a public company. So while she was still working at wherever she was quietly investing slowly in that competitor brand punya parent company in the stock market. Not all in, not speculative, just based on something she saw with her own eye. Fast forward a few years, that stock performed incredibly well. Why? Because she noticed something before the market did. Not because she had insider info, not because she's a financial expert. The point I want to make is that she paid attention. And that's what I mean by invest in what you know. It doesn't mean buying stocks just because you like the product. It means understanding the business behind the product. You already know which cafes are packed, which brands never go on sale but still sell out, which apps your friend can't stop using. That knowledge, that's your edge. So how do you actually turn that observation into something actionable? It's not rocket science, but it is a habit. Here's what I like to tell my friends who are just starting out investing. When something catches your eye, like when a shop is always full, a brand that everyone's talking about, don't just shrug and move on. Pause. Ask yourself, is this company making money from people like me and lots of us? Do I understand what they sell? Are they expanding? Showing up in more places? Can I actually invest in this company? Is it listed? If the answer to those questions get you curious, that's your cue to dig deeper. Not to blindly buy, but to start learning. Because once you have seen it working in the real world, once it makes sense to you, you have something most investors never get from chasing tips or trends: conviction. Convictions keep you calm when prices drop. Convictions make you whole when others are panicking. Convictions comes from understanding, and understanding, it starts with what you already know. Let's contrast that now with what happens when people skip all that and treat investing like a game of chance. Look, I'm not judging. I've seen this happen more times than I can count. But when you treat investing like a lucky draw, you get lucky draw results. Sometimes you win, but most of the time, you lose money, get emotional, and swear off investing together. And that's not a nice experience lah. You have to understand that the market isn't built to punish you. It's built to reward patience. One of the most powerful things I've learned was this: the stock market isn't the number on the screen. It's made out of businesses, real businesses, with products, customers, staff, shops, supply chains, the whole thing. So when you're investing, you're not buying a price, you're buying a piece of a business. And who knows, maybe once you know about the business well enough, you may even feel confident starting your own business. Just like how Mr. Money TV and all the other channels that me, my business partners and the team have built today after having years of experience understanding businesses through investing in stocks. Look, I'm not saying that we are great, and trust me, there's so many things that we didn't know and only discovered when we started our business. But it's okay. We learn along the way, and that helps us make even better investment decisions. What's not okay in the context of investing is gambling with your future because you thought the market was a shortcut. Let's talk about something every investor dreams about: the tenbagger. That's a stock that grows 10 times in value. Buy at 1 ringgit and one day it becomes 10 ringgit. Sounds magical, right? Well, it is, but not in the way you think. You know what all these tenbaggers have in common? They didn't explode overnight. They grew slowly, over time, with ups, downs, confusing sideways movements, headlines screaming, "This stock is finished," only to see it rise again the year after. The problem is, most people never hold long enough to see it happen. They get scared when the price drops 10%. They sell when it gets boring. They move on when it doesn't double in 6 months. And in doing that, they miss out on the big ones. I get it, waiting is hard. It's especially hard when everyone around you is bragging about quick gains. But let me tell you something, fast money often leaves just as fast. The ones who truly win in investing are the ones who pick a great company and let time do the heavy lifting. They sit tight, they stay curious, and they grow with the business. If you want to catch a tenbagger, you need to be willing to look boring. So the next time you're tempted to jump ship because something didn't moon in 3 months, ask yourself, am I trying to make a quick buck or am I building wealth? One of those pays you now, the other pays you forever. So let's recap. Investing isn't about luck, it's about learning. It's about noticing the world around you, doing a little digging, and understanding the companies behind the products you love. It's about patience. It's about realizing that real wealth isn't built overnight. It's built over time. Look, I know what you might be thinking. Hey Frankie, this sounds simple, but is it really going to make a difference? Let me be clear. I can't guarantee you will become millionaire overnight. Nobody can. But I can guarantee you this. If you start thinking about investing in this way, if you shift your mindset from gambling to learning, from fear to patience, you'll be way ahead of 90% of the people out there. And here's the biggest takeaway. The market isn't some mysterious beast controlled by shadowy figures. It's just a reflection of the real world. It's made up of businesses that make things, sell things, and try to grow. And you're part of that world. You're a consumer, you know things, you have insights. So stop waiting for someone else to tell you what to invest in. Start paying attention, start learning, and start building your own future one smart investment at a time. Because guess what? You are smarter than you think. If you found this useful, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more content like this. See you next time.